Hi everyone, welcome back to a new post today, and today let's discuss about a commission called as the Justice Rohini Commission. So this commission has been got an extension. Let's go into some of the details with regard to the commission and what is it looking into and why has it actually been formed. So the Rohini panel, which is actually headed by a Delhi Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, Justice Rohini, this panel now has been formed by the President in 2017 under Article 340, which deals with the National Commission for Backward Classes, and this commission will go into the sub-categorization of the backward classes, that is the OBCs. So it is headed by the former Delhi Chief Justice, Justice Rohini. Now the commission was set up, as I told you, under Article 340 to sub-categorize the OBCs so that the benefits of reservation for OBCs reach all of them. So in our constitution and also in the government also, our government provides reservation to certain backward classes such as the SC, STs and the OBCs, and certain on a basis of certain percentage. So they have reservation not only in jobs but also in education as well, and they get some of the benefits of the government. And this is based on the policy of positive discrimination to bring them on the same pedestal with regard to the majority of the population. So this commission was formed in 2017, and as I told you that in India there are certain communities who get reservation in jobs, education, etc. Some of them being the SC, STs and the OBCs. Now, for your information, the OBCs get 27% reservation, the SCs get 15% reservation, and the STs get 7.5 reservation. So why is this sub-categorization? When I say sub-categorization, it is actually determining which communities fall under the OBCs and how well they are placed with regard to their economic and other development criteria. So the sub-categorization of the OBCs now is actually being demanded because only a handful of the communities which are included into the other backward classes section get a major chunk of reservation in jobs and also in educational institutes. As there is very limited data based on the population of the OBCs, this becomes more a problem, and therefore the commission was actually appointed to collect it. So this is expected to help the government in forming an official OBC subcategories and to ensure more equitable distribution of the reservation to all the communities, especially those communities within the OBCs which are actually very backward and are left out. So the commission has been asked to recommend corrections in the spelling of subcaste. It is also expected to work out to bring out the mechanism, criteria, norms and parameters in a scientific manner for subcategorization. So there is a lot of inequity in which the communities within the OBCs are actually availing the reservation. So according to a data, let me just inform you about this, the extent of inequity which is being seen. In 2018, there was some data released and it said that just 10 OBC communities have taken 25% of the reservation in the central jobs and the institutional seats. So many of the OBC communities are lagging behind. Also, 97% of the reserved jobs and seats have gone to only 25% of the OBC subcaste. Now, the prime beneficiaries of this 95% includes the castes such as the Yadav, the Kurmis, the Jats of Rajasthan, and the Saini, the Tevar, Ezava, and the Vokalika caste especially. As many as 983 or 36% of the 2,600 communities that have been identified under the OBC have zero representation in jobs or in educational institutes, and only 2.68% of reservation has been used by 994 castes actually. So what does the reservation rules actually say? So currently 27%, as I told you, for the OBCs is reserved in jobs and educational institutes that are provided by the center, and a report says that only 20% of the central government jobs have gone to the OBCs actually. And apart from the OBCs, even the SC and STs also get reservation, as I've informed you earlier, 15% for the scheduled castes and 7.5% for the scheduled tribes. It has also been noted that several seats that fall vacant under the OBC category are taken by the candidates from the general category. as OBC candidates are declared as not found suitable for those posts. And in 2018, then the Minister Rajnath Singh had informed that because of all this, that there is a census that is going to be conducted in 2021, which has actually been put off because of the COVID, and they will have the data on the OBC so that they can ensure better equitable distribution of this reservation among the communities within the OBCs. But this hasn't happened yet. So that is the reason now this commission has got a 14th extension to complete its job, so that they can really identify the subcaste within the OBC and also ensure which castes are actually benefiting more from the reservation, which of them are actually falling behind, and those castes which are falling behind, which are not availing the reservation, actually they can be getting the benefits of reservation. Now, who are actually the OBCs? So, Constitution defines the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and also the OBCs. So, the Constitution defines the OBCs as socially and economically backward, and the Government of India uses this OBC term as a collective term to identify those castes which do not come under scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and they are educationally or socially backward. Now, there are several classifications of the population in India and anywhere else also, but in India it's based on religion, ethnicity, race, language, and also on the basis of backwardness. Since the British era itself, we have a classification called as the general candidates, which are well off, the scheduled castes, the scheduled tribes, and then the OBC, and now recently we also have 10% reservation for the economically weaker sections. So what percentage of the population actually forms the OBC? Do we have any percentage specifying that so much percentage of the population comes under the OBCs? Yes, we do have it. So the Mandal Commission, which was the second backward classes commission, and which is a constitutional body that was formed in 1979, said that 52% of the country's population actually are OBCs. And for your information, once again, the first backward classes commission was formed in 1956, and it is called as the Kaka Kalelkar Commission. So this Mandal Commission submitted its report in 1980 and said that 52% of the population are OBCs, while another sample survey organization had said that 41%. In 2006, it said 41% actually are considered as OBCs. However, there is still a large debate on how much and what is exactly the number of the OBCs in India. So many believe that the figure is much higher than what is actually given by the Mandal Commission report and the National Sample Survey. So apart from the sub-categorization, recently one more thing has been in news very much, and that is the creamy layer concept, which has been in news with regard to reservation in OBC. So what is this creamy layer concept? Now, creamy layer was also this I've removed it because it's again related to your reservations itself, and it has been in news regarding the criteria that should be used to determine who forms the creamy layer of the OBCs. That means the well-off people within the OBCs which do not need to avail the aspect of reservation, whether in jobs or in educational institutes. So the creamy layer is a term that is used in the political system to mention those members of the other backward classes that are comparatively much forward than the other communities in the OBCs. They are much economically stable and more educated, as well as they are not eligible because of these factors to be taken for reservation in education and jobs as well. So in 1992, there is a case called as the Indira Sawney case versus Union of India, and this case had laid down the limits of the state powers, saying that your reservation should be cut off to 50% and not exceed 50%, and emphasized the concept of social backwardness and prescribed also 11 criteria or indicators to ascertain what is actually backwardness. So this 9-judge bench said that it established the concept of qualitative exclusion, which is called as the creamy layer now. So creamy layer is qualitative exclusion to exclude those communities or those people within the communities of the OBCs that are well off, and they actually do not need reservation in jobs or education that is actually given by the government now. That is the 27% reservation for the OBCs. So following the order, let me tell you one more thing, there is no creamy layer concept in SC and STs. It is only within the OBCs. So following the order of the Indira Savani, an expert committee was formed which is headed by R.N. Prasad, and the committee was constituted by headed by R.N. Prasad, Justice R.N. Prasad, to actually fix the criteria for determining the creamy layer. And then after bringing out the criteria, since 1993 it is the Department of Personnel and Training that has listed out various categories of people, rank, status, income which cannot actually avail the OBC. So other than the income limit, the current definition of the creamy layer remains the same with regard to what has been actually spelt out by the Department of Personnel and Training, which has been doing it from since long. Now, there has been a revision with regard to the income. So, as early as in 1993, it was just 1 lakh rupees. So, people who earned an annual income of more than 1 lakh rupees were considered under the creamy layer, and they could not avail the reservation benefit, though they were OBCs as well. Presently, now it is 8 lakh. So, those families earning an annual income of more than 8 lakh and other criteria as well, they cannot avail the benefit of OBC reservation. So there are certain sections, like apart from the income criteria of 8 lakh per year, children of government employees and their parents, the parents' criteria is determined based on their income and rank in the government. For instance, an individual is considered to fall within the creamy layer if either his or her parents is in a constitutional post. So we know the constitutional posts are like the ministers, prime ministers, council of minister, president, governor, speaker, etc. If either of the parent has been recruited into the group A directly, and if both of the parents are in group B services, and if the parent enters into a group A through a promotion before the age of 40, their children will be considered to be the creamy layer. So children of colonel and higher ranked officers in the army and the children of similar ranks in the navy and the air force too come under the creamy layer. So this is about also the creamy layer concept and how the government is now looking for sub-categorization so that there is equitable distribution of this reservation within the OBC sections. And the creamy layer has been in news because they wanted to determine the correct criteria, and therefore the criteria was fixed as same, that is 8 lakhs per annum. Apart from that, certain land holdings, etc. So this is about the Rohini Commission, the extension now that it has got. So we haven't still got the report. Let me tell you that many states are also included in the process of sub-categorization of the OBCs, and Bihar has been in news very recently. Apart from Bihar, there are 10 more other states, if I can just tell you, like Rajasthan, Jharkhand, etc. And so this is about the Rohini Commission and its extension, the sub-categorization, why actually the government is looking at sub-categorization, why does it need to make the sub-categorization so that the reservation is equitable, and a very brief concept about what is creamy layer. I hope this information was helpful to you all, and if it did, please do like, share and subscribe, and follow me for your daily topic which has really made news on that very day. And I shall see you in my next post, and until then, it's very happy learning. Bye-bye.